Welcome everybody, my name is Durbis. This is 93 Driving, and today we're driving a BMW X3 M Competition with a 3.0 inline 6 twin turbocharged, producing 503 horsepower and 473 pounds of torque. Will propel this SUV from 0 to 60 in about 3.3 seconds and get it to the quarter mile in about 11.4 seconds, which is extremely fast. It does make it the quickest SUV in this market, in this segment. So without further ado, I have to say, first of all, it is absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. 2020 X3 Competition. But let's get this show on the road and see how the power feels like. Just look at the carbon fiber, the trim, the stitching on the seats. You're coming inside, absolutely just all business in this BMW. Great quilted seats, two-tone, obviously in this model. All the carbon fiber inside. We step inside. Here's where everything becomes very interesting. You got two selections, so you got two different modes for whenever you feel like you really want to be racy or you just want to be halfway racy. Great dashboard up front. Obviously, you get great display. Everything is actually well laid out, perfectly easy. You don't have to go into this touchscreen to touch little things like regular things that you want to touch. Heated seats, cooling seats. It's just easy to just be able to do everything that you would do before in a car, but now everybody has the multimedias and they have to go through the screens and do all this. This is simple. This is what every car should, and also have the big screen to be able to go ahead and play with it. We have a regular stick to be able to control the shift. You have the different sets of mode to control the steering, the suspension, and the engine as well. You have your typical knob for your entertainment system, typical BMW. So like I said, let's get her on the road and let's see what she's like. The cooling seat's on right now because it's actually a warm day. Even though I have a sweater on, it was cold earlier, part of being here in the Washington DC area when it's fall's coming around the corner. But other than that, it feels great. The only thing right now that I would have to mention is the shifter. Unless you have owned other BMWs, it gets a little bit of getting used to it, but once you get the hang of it, it works perfectly fine. We have an amazing, great head-up display up front. It does give you exactly what the speed limit is here on this road. But here, even on Sport, we just have it on Sport. We didn't go to Sports Plus. Sport is just fine. You can feel a little bit of the road, but it's not crazy enough to beat you up. So yeah, it feels great. Let's try to find an open road and give it a little more gas, give it the beans, as they say, and see what this engine can really do. This 3.0 twin turbo, that is basically what every other brand is using as well across the board. What I mentioned when I was mentioning the specs in regards to speed, this actually makes it the quickest SUV in this segment. You know, this is in the category of the Audi SQ3, the Porsche Macan S, the Mercedes GLC 63S. We'll give it a little gas here. It's holding gear because it knows that it wants to keep going due to the fact that we are in sports mode. Yeah, it feels solid. It feels fast. The growl of the engine, it's that's coming out of the pipes. It's I would have to say it's not as angry or as loud. AMG, they just, you know, they got, AMG's got that spot on when it comes to noises, when it comes to the engines. But the growl of this car, it's still there. It still makes you know that there's something going on. You know that there's plenty of power heading your way. So give it a little bit of the beans and see what she's got. Full throttle. Yep. It gets up and goes without even a hesitation. And then once you do give it all the throttle, it holds the gears so it knows that maybe there's something up there, so you need to let off the throttle, but it's ready to go bounce back again and get its business done when it's firing down the road. So that being said, it's yeah, it's great. All right, let's try 0 to 60. Yep. It's got probably a hump, but it doesn't have, funny enough, it doesn't have that throw you back in the seat like the AMGs that we tested earlier in the other videos. This definitely does feel fast. I would think that you'd feel that 3.3 to 60 more on the track than you do here on the streets. Maybe it's the way the car is geared. We're in 7th gear, and we'll just give it some gas and see what. Throttle down all the way down 3rd gear, and it's gone. Yeah, it's fast, but it's not like crazy, like I'm out of control fast, or wow, this hit me really hard. No, it's a very nice linear throttle response, speed grade as it accelerates and it continues to go up on the rev range, and obviously the miles per hour, but it is fast. And this is just, I think this car is just perfectly geared for the person that wants a fast SUV that feels good, feels like it's handling well. Every input that you give the steering wheel is right there, precise. Probably for the dad or the mom who want extra performance in the car with ample room in the back for kids or friends. Obviously you have the racks on top, so you can carry, your canoes, your bikes and whatnot, and obviously the back in the back you got plenty of room to carry, one day of shopping at Costco or putting your golf clubs in the back. There's plenty of room for that, and it'll get you there in no time. Where your buddies who are probably driving a 911 have a little more, have a little bit, not more, but less space to carry stuff or carry people. But I think that overall, for a daily driver, if you want to call this, it would be perfectly perfect. Obviously, as we discussed in other videos about these high performance cars, if you need to ask about gas, this isn't the car for you. If you want to worry about gas, go check out my video, the Hyundai Tucson that I did, and that's probably more up your alley. Now let's go find Twisty Road. I think you know where we're going, and let's see how she does it. All right, here we go. We'll try twisties. We'll leave it in all sports modes. Now let's go. Do a little 9 and 3 driving. One thing you do notice is that you are just sitting up high, obviously being an SUV, and you do feel that it's tall. So you do have that pitch on both sides. It does still feel planted, solid. Brakes are nice and strong. Yeah, it feels great. There's absolutely no drama whatsoever. Yeah, the only thing that you do feel is that it does have a lot of power, but you have to hold back the power due to the fact that it's so tall, and we obviously don't want to be on the side. Yeah, steering wheel is great. The thickness is just perfect. This Audi Q7, a little room, then we'll go up the hill. All right, down, throttle. Hear that engine? Yep. Here we go. You can feel when you go around the turn, like right there, you could feel the all-wheel drive system, which tire is grabbing on and pulling it. Let's head back. Final thoughts. A little more beans here. Yeah, that's what this car is for. Fun enough, and with all the room for everything you want to carry. All right, my final thoughts on the BMW X3 M Competition. It's the way this car is set up in general. It is such an easy, friendly car. It's so easy to just be able to jump in and be able to know exactly what button does what. Obviously, except for the shifter, but once you've had this car for a while, then it becomes like second nature to you. It's like riding a bike. And I wish the screen was a little larger, but you know, I'm not gonna gripe about it. But I do like the fact that the air conditioning system, it's just laid out exactly what a car should be. You can look at it, you can touch it, you can adjust it the way you want it. You don't have to go into the infotainment system to do this, that, and the other. Everything's right here. Cooling set, heating seats, everything's right there. Dual climate control. There's also a climate control in the back for your passengers. The display in the dashboard is just perfect. It is analog, but it does have a little couple rings. So it gives you that old traditional feel of an old cluster. Layout is exactly like an old BMW, same with the gauges. So overall, materials, like I said, they're great. It does have the ambient lighting right now. It's in purple. Great sound system. Obviously, we can't listen to it due to copyrights. So this is just an all-around great car if you want some. This is just the perfect size if you it's just for yourself, or you have just a small family. It's perfect. It drives perfectly well. It does fall into that motto of BMW of the ultimate driving machine. It does feel that way. I do like the fact that you can control. You have two different controls for for your settings. We have a Floridian guy who doesn't know what the hell he's doing, so we're gonna pass him. They're as lost as the lost can be. Anyway, yeah, it handles perfectly well. I think that if I was in the market for an SUV, I'm not a big SUV guy due to my 93 spirit driving. But it's great. It's actually fantastic. I would take this over any of its competitors. The car is sitting at Mercedes-Benz of Arlington. Our friend JT was nice enough to let us come and take it for a test drive. It's a 2020 with only 5,000 miles on it, so it's super clean. So give him a call. His information is right down below. As always, I do appreciate your support. Thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. I was watching, I was looking, I was reading, everybody watched my video, and most people watching videos are not subscribed. What are you doing? Hit the subscription, hit the notification bell, share. It means the world to me. We'll get the channel growing. And most of all, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. I look forward to seeing everybody in the next video. Until then, bye.